I saw some Naruto hot takes from Reddit and I said, nah, I gotta speak on this. So let me not waste your time and let's get into this shit. Alright, let's start the first one. Naruto changed the world with love and taught no jutsu. That's the quote. The hot take is, his change the world methods didn't stop the ninja system or end child soldiers. Hold up there, Naruto's job was to bring peace between the 5 nations and end the cycle of hatred, which he did. And also, there are technically no child soldiers because there's no wars anymore. So ninjas are more like security and police rather than soldiers going to war. So Naruto actually did his job in bringing peace. All the aliens and all that shit came during Boruto, and that's Boruto's job to stop it. As for Naruto, he did his job and he did it well, okay? Alright, on to the next one. Quote, Sakura is useless. Despite becoming a top tier medical ninja, saving lives in the war, punching a literal god, she still gets labeled useless more than characters like Kiba or Tenten, who barely impacted the plot after a certain point. I would say that that's true. Sakura is not useless. Sakura is more useful than Kiba and Tenten combined. So I would say Sakura is useful. Without her, Naruto would not be alive, but also without Naruto, Sakura won't be alive. But then in the grand scheme of things, Sakura is the strongest kunoichi, the best medical ninja, the strongest female shinobi. So I would say that yeah, Sakura is pretty useful. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Is this like a recurring villain or something? Quote, Naruto's generation changed the world. The next generation is still into danger, still ninjas, still serving the Kage. So what changed? Nothing, but fans act like peace was truly achieved. Peace was truly achieved in the way Naruto set out to achieve it. I've explained this in the first one, no need to explain this again. Please don't come back again, villain of the week. We gotta go on to new ones. Finally, a new one. The Uchiha were dangerous, but call Konoha the good guys. Let's hear this out, guys. The Uchiha were oppressed, surveilled, and forced into one part of the village. When they planned to rebel, Konoha ordered their extermination. Fans still justify the Leaf's actions and say they had no choice, but then blame the Uchiha for being angry about it. Literally blaming the victims for reacting to decades of abuse. See here, Konoha as itself, like in its entirety, actually cared about the Uchiha and were sad when they died to Itachi. The Konoha themselves only feared the Uchiha through the propaganda spread by Danzo and his cronies, and Hiruzen as a Kage was too much of a pussy and coward to actually stop Danzo from doing what he was doing. So the problem is Danzo and his cronies, and by cronies I mean the other elders, you know? So either way, it's mostly Danzo's fault for this, not the entire village. The village themselves also, yeah, they have a bit, they're also to blame too for falling for the propaganda, but Danzo is the main guy here that did all this rubbish. And, well, he succeeded because Hiruzen was the Hokage. If Minato was the Hokage, like in a lot of official what-ifs, the Uchiha would have been alive and rekindled their relationship with Konoha. So practically, it's Hiruzen's fault and Danzo's fault. Mostly Danzo's fault, but obviously, Hiruzen being a pussy also played towards it too. Okay, on to the next one, guys. Sorry for the little rant. Kakashi was already being lined up as Hokage long before Obito's identity was ever revealed. Let's see this. And it's ever, not ever. But anyhow, the idea that Kakashi only accepted the role to fulfill Obito's dream of becoming Hokage is a powerful emotional wrap-up, but not the actual reason of his candidacy. Tsunade already considered him as her successor. Danzo only swooped in because the power vacuum was urgent. Kakashi was next up in line, not some emergency backup. I don't see anybody arguing with this, but in my opinion, without Obito telling Kakashi to be Hokage, he probably wouldn't have done it. Kakashi himself even said that he didn't want to be Hokage and didn't really want the role. So Naruto would have actually gone straight up to being Hokage, or Tsunade would have been Hokage for a bit longer until Naruto was ready. So Obito actually goaded Kakashi into taking the role. The role was his to take, but Obito was the final nail to the coffin that stamped Kakashi as the 6th Hokage. So yeah, this is not really a hot take. It's not really a hot take. Let's see what we have next. Sakura. Oh wow, this is a good one. Sakura is annoying for crying over Sasuke, but Naruto cried way more over him. Let's see what they have to say. Sakura gets hate for chasing after Sasuke and crying over him, but Naruto risked his life, threw hands with literal gods, and cried in almost every arc over Sasuke, and fans call it loyal. Why is it simping for Sakura but brotherhood for Naruto? They were in the same team. Well, there's a big difference. First off, Naruto is Sasuke's best friend, and Sasuke is Naruto's best friend. They are both connected by something bigger than blood. Literal reincarnations of brothers connect like star-crossed. They're literally star-crossed brothers. So you hear about star-crossed lovers, but they are star-crossed brothers, and they connect with each other completely. Sakura just like Sasuke because he was hot, right? Sakura literally had the least reasons for marrying Sasuke, for liking Sasuke. Sasuke should not have even married Sakura. They shouldn't have even been an item in the first place. Sasuke never really showed care for Sakura. Only a few parts of part 1 he showed care for Sakura, but then he just flips up, turns a 180 and almost kills her multiple times. So yes, Sakura was simping. She liked Sasuke because he was hot, and he tried to kill her multiple times, then instantly forgave him and married him, and after they got married, he now became a deadbeat dad. I will say the truth, recently Sasuke has been a good dad in like the Boruto 2 Blue Vortex manga and all that shit, but for most of the time he was a deadbeat dad and a deadbeat husband. He didn't give her a ring until how many years into that relationship? Nah fam, Sakura didn't have any reason to marry Sasuke. Only reason she had was because he was hot. So yes, this is completely a horrible take. It's a horrid take, man. It's a horrid take. Let me calm down. Alright, okay, let's see this. Itachi is a hero while condemning Obito for similar or lesser crimes. Now this is another hot take. Itachi massacred his clan, including children, and traumatized his little brother, yet fans call him noble and selfless. Obito, who lost everything and was manipulated for years, is labeled pure evil, despite him eventually sacrificing himself to save Naruto and the world. Hold up, nobody called Obito pure evil, but Itachi had better reasons to do what he did than Obito. Itachi had no choice. He had to pick between a massacre or a massacre. So he picked the one with the least bloodshed and the one that his brother actually survived. Itachi had no choice in this. It was mostly Danzo and the elders that forced him to do what he did. Alright? Obito literally did this because of Kuchi. He lost the girl of his dreams and he said, alright, the world must end. He still had his sensei and his best friend and other people that cared about him. He didn't lose everything. Where did you hear that he lost everything? He did not lose everything. He just lost one person. It was one person that he lost. So no, people should know you can't do this. You can't actually do this. Now, Itachi did this for a noble cause. Though yes, Itachi wasn't a pure good guy. He wasn't as good as people say he is. Itachi is one of the most overhyped people, I understand. Yeah, but Obito was worse than Itachi, and he had worse reasons. Just saying. Alrighty, let's go to the next one. Madara is cool but evil, while praising Hashirama for the same things. Let's see. Hashirama talks about peace, but he set up a system that led to inequality, genocide, and child soldiers. Madara, who saw the flaws and tried to create a world free of that, is demonized despite trying to stop what Hashirama failed to fix. The fandom just picks the shinier smile. Okay, you see here, Hashirama was an idiot. Hashirama didn't even want to lead in the first place. He wanted Madara to lead. It was Tobirama that put Hashirama in that position and the people that put Hashirama in that position. And when Hashirama was in that position, he actually created peace. But he didn't know that the peace was going to leave after he dies, because again, Hashirama was an idiot. So he didn't know that the peace was only sustained because he was just a very powerful force stopping people from acting. So Hashirama tried his best to bring equality and peace to everybody, but they were blinded by power when he died and decided to fight wars, alright? And also Madara would have been the leader if not for Tobirama. So Hashirama has nothing in this. Like, Hashirama was not evil or did the same thing. On top of that, Madara was now being manipulated by Black Zetsu, the most evil person in Naruto. So like, what? This is... Some of these takes are hot takes. Some of these takes are just horrid. This is not the worst. For me, the worst is the Sakura one, but this one is horrid. Whew. Alright guys, this is the final one. And it's a very generic one indeed. Naruto succeeded through hard work, but he had insane plot armor and a special lineage. Where have we heard this one before? Okay, fans love to say Naruto worked harder than anyone, which was true in early arcs, but later he turns out to be the child of prophecy, son of the fourth Hokage, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. We've seen all this before, while characters like Rock Lee, who actually had no special lineage, get sidelined, even though they embody true hard work. See, Naruto about hard work versus talent, really, that shit wasn't the whole point of Naruto, alright? But I would say that yes, they really did demean a bit of his hard work by giving him all that special shit, and this has been talked about by everybody. This is not even a hot take to have nowadays, like this is the normal take. But for the Rock Lee one, I'll answer you that Rock Lee was sidelined not because of Naruto. Rock Lee was sidelined because of Might Guy, his sensei. His sensei had more charisma. Might Guy also got more fans. Rock Lee had more fans in the tuning exams, but Might Guy started getting more fans down the line, and people said, yeah, we want to see more of him, and they used Might Guy because Rock Lee and Might Guy are the same thing. So one of them had to get the shine, and they gave it to Guy. Okay, so blame Guy for Rock Lee being sidelined, not Naruto. But either way, what a video. Thanks for you guys for listening to the end. And if you like what I said, if you like my content, if you like everything I'm doing right now, I started my channel like officially 2 months ago. I'm very happy for where I am right now. Thank you guys for supporting me, and I hope that you guys continue to support me in the future. So until next time guys, peace.